పోయి 10 దినాలైపోయినది ఇంకా రాలేదు నా బిడ్డడికి ఏటైపోనాదో ఏంటో
15 years 15 years didn't realize there was that big of a time jump again. Really? He's been gone 15 years? He could have had a family by then, right?
బాహుబలి అనే పులికేక కోటలో ప్రతిధ్వనిస్తుంటే నాది కాదు నాన్న.
I like that dialogue. And I like that imagery. It's very Shakespearean. Like the sets in this are amazing. Like that hallway there. Uh-oh. What's this? Really? He outs himself just like that? Maybe he welcomes it. Oh, okay. Wow. That went up pretty fast. Oh, see, I like that acting. He's working it out. You can see it in his eyes and his face. He's processing the information. And that's good acting. Because his hair should be long, right? And it's short. He doesn't recognize him. Now, she sees him, right? Wow. Can you imagine just that feeling? But he knows that she was a prisoner, right? Before going. I mean, that's why Avantika wanted to do that. Now he's mad, though. I guess that triggered him, and it's on! See, they filmed this during the day, and then in post-production, they turn down the darkness on it. But they want to film it during the day so they make sure that they can capture everything. So you can still see things, right? If they do it at night, sometimes the camera won't pick it up and you just got to keep on reshooting it. So it's easier to do it during the day. Lots of movies do that. Lots. But it looks good. He breaks the chain somehow. Does he just... Okay, he cuts them. Okay, he was surprised because he saw that Devasana was being rescued, right? That's why? At this point. Alright, the grandson goes after him too. I forgot that, right? Because the grandson wants to prove his glory to his father, probably, right? Those bales of hay? Oh, okay. See, I like this kind of stuff. It's like tactics. Stuff that I'm not familiar with. And it's very smart to close off the entrance like that. And that is a cool shot. That is an amazing shot. Of course they're going to give chase. You have to. It'd be a fairly easy trail to follow. Yeah, I don't like that. That shaming happens a lot in today's society as well. Men do that kind of shame for people they don't like. But I like how he just sees her and then just, the energy just kind of like flows into him. Whew. Wow. Yeah. If you kill him, though, it's going to bring down the thunder. Ah, there. Kappa. This is a great scene. This is just... Ooh, man. It's just... Because you can feel the emotion that he's feeling. Kappa doesn't quite know who he's fighting right here, right? Because he hasn't been able to put his eyes fully on him. He shouldn't have gotten involved. Now look what's happened. And the score here with the female vocal, it's beautiful. It adds that extra layer of hauntingness to it. See, she's saying the full name there, right? Katapa? And make sure that I'm getting this connection right here between the leader there and Devasana. Now he sees and he can't believe it. And I like the symbolism there of him kind of like sliding forward on his knees. But he must have known that Devasana had a son, right? They just believed that he was dead. I bet she's surprised, right? Avantika? Oh. So he was there when he was born. I like that. I want to know what's the meaning of this? Putting the foot on the forehead. Or on the head. What's the meaning behind that? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Does that mean that he will be loyal? He's swearing loyalty? So the only thing I can guess. And this is where the story shifts. This is what I meant earlier by a non-linear story. Yeah. So 50 years ago. So she's the lady in the beginning that dies in the river holding the baby up. And has control of the kingdom now. Right? In this time, 50 years ago. Shivagami, is that it? So there's a little bit of politics there that I don't quite understand. That I'm not aware of. Whew. She can handle a blade. We saw that at the very beginning. It's a good scene. Very important scene. Now we go through some more time jumps here of them growing up. So they're brothers, or at least they're raised that way, right? And they become enemies. Again, it's those themes that we all kind of recognize and identify with. Never hurts to pray. Ooh. You can see at a young age he was still wanting to care for the men, for the soldiers. And his face isn't all scarred yet. His beard is black. Okay, now they're older. And they're training. Oh, wow. I like that. Sharp. Of course the ladies like them. I like this weapon. It's very deadly. I don't think it's very practical, but it's cool looking. She has to decide who to give the kingdom to. Of course, there's going to be some treachery along the way. And I think we saw that on the map at the beginning, right, guys? So you dispatch these two. I like it. It's a good trick. But he's doing this to draw attention away from what their goal is, right? And win favor. I think it's wine. It's got to be wine. Or mead or something. It's a distraction. And it's a good distraction. You see the look on that guy's face. And now he's going to be tempted. So what we'll do for this is that if you guys want to see my reactions to the actual songs, I've reacted to one of them. I can do separate song reactions with higher quality video than what you're going to see here. But just my overall impressions is that it's very well done. Again, it's a respite. It's a brief pause in the film's story to have a little bit of a song. And it's this part that I would say, yeah, they could have cut back on this one. Because it's a side story, and it just sort of helps set up the main battle at the end. But maybe cut out just a little bit from here. Who knows? I still like this song. Don't get me wrong about that. Interesting with the ropes. He's getting roped in. Okay. Yeah, I do like this number. They found him. It worked. Again, the locations in this place, in this movie, is fantastic. And it's married with matte paintings in the background, so he's going to do himself in. This is smart. It's showing that he has trust in his brother there. But then it also shows that his brother is willing to let them die. Whoops. But it shows that he's got faith in him, like blind faith, to the point that he trusts him with his life. I'm just gonna talk about it. And he said it there. See, I like it. I'm hearing it, guys. I'm not reading it all the time now. And they've got the numbers. Wow. They pulled this off in 2015, and it looks good, guys. Very hints of like Lord of the Rings kind of stuff, like, yeah, in scope of the battle. And I like the fact that these guys speak a different language, and that they don't subtitle the language that they're speaking. And this is the cool part. Like, this is fascinating stuff. The warfare and the war scene just takes this movie to another level of epicness. Cut off the head of the dragon and the rest falls, right? That's cool. See, she doesn't acknowledge it there, right? Okay, so that's where he gets the plan to use the drapes. So we're setting up for battle, for war. Now this war scene I did react to, so I will not react to it all entirely here in this video. I'll leave links to the full reaction up in the cards above. Unfortunately, I think it's in the Hindi version. But if you want to see the full uncut, I'll leave that up there, a link to that up in the cards above. For now, I'll watch it in the Telugu version, but it'll be a little divided up for you guys. That was when I first reacted to it, I had no concept of the context of it in the movie. I just watched the scene because it was recommended. Now I know the story behind the war scene, and now I know the strategy, and I know the people involved, so it means a lot more to me this time around. Especially now that this is probably my third time watching this movie. Okay. Looks like I'm losing a little bit of my sunlight here. I'll have to adjust for that. Now, I thought this was a cow, but it's a water buffalo from what I'm being told. I think it's a sacrifice. They're saying his name. They're not saying invincible, right? They're saying Balaladeva. Balaladeva. It's nice armor. It's realistic too because it's it's just the plate, and his arms are free. He doesn't have chainmail on.
బాహు ఇది తరతరాలుగా వస్తున్న ఆచారం. బలివ్వకపోతే సైనికులు కీడుని శిక్షిస్తారు.
అవును యువరాజా, యుద్ధానికి వెళ్లే ముందు బలివ్వకపోతే అమ్మ ఆగ్రహిస్తుంది.
అమ్మ దాహం తీర్చడానికి మూగ జంతువు ప్రాణం ఎందుకు ఎక్కని? ఉరకలు వేస్తున్న నా రక్తం సిద్ధంగా ఉంది. జై మహేశ్వతే!
Yeah. I like that explanation. That he wants to change things up a bit. Doesn't want things to be quite as, traditional. They're using clicks. And I like that. So is that a fictional language or is that a real language? I'm not too sure. Now what animal would that be? That would have the big teeth. And you gotta think, sitting in the theater watching this, we've come through such a journey so far. And to know that it's going to end up in this big fight scene, the way that this is scripted, it's great. Of course, these shots look phenomenal. Arrow Storm. I like it. Many cultures use this tactic of the Arrow Storm. I mean, it's got to be effective. Here comes that triangle. And this is cool too. I don't understand what he's saying, but he can get the gist by his manner. He's telling them to go to war and getting them all kind of ready. And I like this. This is a really awesome opening maneuver. Arrows. And I like how it's showing them get hit, but it's not overly brutal, right? It's not overly, gory. It does later on, though, I think, doesn't it? Yeah, the catapults. These things must cause serious damage. Okay, so they launched the first one so that they wouldn't be worried about now this. Which is like a huge kite. And it's smart. Like theoretically it is a smart play. Because you can't lay a moat of oil or anything, which maybe you probably should if that would have been more practical. But it's a smart idea, and it's going to take out a big number of them. You think, well, wait. How can a kite hurt them? Well, you wait and see. And Now, like when I first saw this, I was like, oh well, that makes sense, right? They can't see. But then I realized that they had saturated it in oil. And that guy's like, oh no. And it would light up like this. It would just go whoosh. And some of these shots with the soldiers on fire, like that's people actually getting lit on fire. Stuntmen. Right? There's more. See, the concept here is that it's supposed to hold them for the initial wave, right? And then eventually have the mobility to open up and engage in full combat. But I think they try to hold off as long as they can. Now you get to see him use that big weapon of his. Ooh. And an axe. Yeah, you don't envy those people fighting in wars back then. I would have loved to have seen this on the big screen, man. Ooh. See, it did get vicious. Man. Photographed well, and I like the use of the slower motion camera to then speeding up, and the way they do that is they film it all at a high frame rate so that when they slow it down it still looks smooth. And that's a great shot. Of course, he's super strong, so he's just gonna mow through these people like, well, like this. This kind of chopper kind of thing is really interesting. See, they're enveloping them. And I like how that shape was on the flag. Did you see the shape on the flag? I saw it. See, I think that pretty much proves that he's not able to be the ruler. I think that's what sold the... Right? So Sivagami knew that he can't rule if he's going to do that. Bahubali uses this tactic, which is a lot more smart. That even in battle, he'll go out of his way to try to save the innocents. And that's nobility. And she sees it. He sees it too. Oh, that was a big guy too. Battering ram. The battering ram. Get through. And it's on. Now, obviously, we know that Katapa wins. And then we see that they put up their flag, which is supposed to demoralize their troops, right? I like that shot. Oof. It's because they're simply outnumbered. That's why they have to go for the head of the warrior chief there. They got to go for the main guy. You can't flee the battlefield, guys. I like that speech. Because if you're going to go down, you might as well go down fighting. So strong. So strong. And this brings us towards the final confrontation. Of course, Baladeva won't be deprived of his right to kill the bad guy. The rivalry now is going to come to a head. Kind of like in a triangle form. Huh, I never know that. Ah, that's the one they first shot out. Wow. That is a great shot. Pincer came in from the flank. Pincer move. Wow. You gotta feel bad for the elephant, right? They didn't want to be there. They didn't want to be part of this. I think I said that in my initial reaction too. There's obvious wire work here, but it's so well masked. Like that. That it just looks awesome. Ooh. And that leader is a big guy too. Like big and strong. Wow. I like that fist weapon. It was originally part of the wagon, right? Huh. And he sees that he's going to get robbed of putting him down. And everybody can see what's going to happen here, right?
పల్లాలుడి వీరోచిత పోరాటం మన దేశ చరిత్రలో కొత్త అధ్యాయం.
Yeah.
Hey, శివగామి, ఏంటా నిర్ణయం? కాలకేయులని చెప్పింది నా కొడుకు.
Sivagami.
వాడు కదా రాజు, వాడే కదా.
She's made up her
రాజుకి
choice.
కావలసిన అర్హత యుద్ధంలో బల్లాలుడు దృష్టంతా శత్రు సంహారం పైనే ఉంది.
So she saw.
బాహుబలి ఒక చేత్తో శత్రు సంహారం చేస్తూనే ఇంకో చేత్తో తన వాళ్ళని రక్షించుకున్నాడు.
Okay, so with that being said, that wraps up my viewing of Bahubali, and I just want to give you guys my quick thoughts as I try to wrap up this reaction. I think this movie is fantastic. I think it's a masterpiece, as I said in the beginning. It's a little bit hard for English speakers to follow along with the translations if the subtitles that were given are not like 100% accurate, because I can tell that they're not. Some of them, they said his name was Siva, but it's actually Sivadu, right? Sivadu. And then they were calling him Kappa when it's really Katapa, or right? I picked up on these things this time through. And Avantinka, wow, I love that part of the movie. That's my favorite part of the movie. Overall, you got to think about it like this. What did you just see? You just saw a great journey from where this kid started and to where he's going to go. Eventually, the son there, Sivadu, will become king, right? You got to think that he's going to go back and avenge his father's death, Bahubali's death. And that's where the title comes from. You just got to think, between all the musical pieces, Divara is probably my favorite, but all of it is just magical. It gives you this experience, this journey, and that's what's really great about these films and why I'm really enjoying looking at films out of India. And this is a Telugu movie, and it's right up there, guys. This is where I say you guys got to start looking at these movies. Out of this all of this experience here, I would have to get, out of my ratings, I would give Bahubali a 9 out of 10, but it could be easily 9.5. It's something that if I could get a copy of this on Blu-ray, I think I would really like that, because I would like to see what the actual Blu-ray subtitles are. But eventually, my end goal is that I would love to watch the Telugu version of Bahubali in the actual language and understand what they're saying. That's my goal. That's my dream. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And this is how it's going to work, guys. So from here on in, everything is going to be first time viewing for the most part. There's going to be one or two maybe that won't be, but it's going to be all first time viewing because I haven't watched Bahubali 2 yet. So that's going to be interesting to see my actual initial reactions to everything, to see how it all unfolds. And the way it's going to work from here on in is that you guys will be able to request in the comments section below for songs that you want to see, the full reactions for songs, full reactions to movies. You're going to be able to request that all in the comments below. As you know, the full reaction will be up on Patreon, which you can join for $2. Maybe $1. It depends. The more that people sign up for the Patreon, the less money it'll cost for people. But I'm thinking $2 to start, and that's where I'll start to take the requests mostly from before we take it from the YouTube. But that's how it's going to work. And depending how long it takes me to edit and upload all of this stuff, I'm looking at this being a weekly thing, hopefully turning into a bi-weekly thing, and then we can just roll from there. So that's it. Bahubali, the beginning. YouTube is recommending a video for you to watch right there, and you can see my latest one just right here. My name is James, and you're watching Mirror Domains India. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe right there.